Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. My name is Arsalan and today we are on day 30th of solving the object-oriented programming system questions with the help of Python. So I have prepared yet another question for you which is already displayed on your screen. So as you can see, we have to create a multiple inheritance question. We have to solve a multiple inheritance question as mentioned on the screen. So guys, if you are very new to this playlist, I would like to give you a very brief introduction of this playlist. So in this playlist, we have been solving the question based on object-oriented programming system, and this playlist is meant for those guys who have been struggling in object-oriented programming. So if you practice these questions, I hope and I believe that your object-oriented programming system questions level and your uh, concept in object-oriented programming will increase like anything. So let's start this tutorial where we have to solve a question based on multiple inheritance. So the question says create three parent class food, vegetarian and vegan, each with specific attributes and methods related to their dietary characteristics. So I would like to ask you guys to first of all solve this question on your own, and if you are unable to solve this question on your own, then you can of course follow my method. But it would be great that if you first of all try it on your own, and if you are unable to solve it on your own, then of course you can solve, so that you can just realize your mistakes and your understanding that where are you lacking behind. So let's start this tutorial by creating a parent class 1. So first of all we have to create a parent class 1 and which name as food. So class is food. Now we have to take definite here. We will be defining an instance attribute here. So let's say name is an instance attribute. We will be just defining the name of the fruit. So name is equal self dot name. In fact, self dot name is equals to name. Now let's create another method. Sorry, another class. So class parent 2. So parent 2 is vegetarian. So class vegetarian, and again we will be just creating a method. So let's first of all I can do what here is like first of all I can just pass this value and we can decide the method we can put in here. So parent 3 here as well, parent 3. So class vegan, let me see, yes, so vegan, and pass this value again. And lastly we have to create a child class as vegan vegetarian food. So copy this class. I will be copying this class, and I will be writing class and class name and close it by parentheses, and inside those parentheses we have to take the class parent class which we have to inherit. So which methods which class we have to inherit? We have to inherit two class. First is vegetarian and second is vegan. So let's create it and write vegetarian, and second one is vegan. Vegan. Now this is also I will be just passing it, and now I will be just writing methods right from the parent one. All right, so first of all I will be writing for parent 1, then parent 2, and then parent 3. I have only defined instance attribute in the food parent. Now I have to just think of any method that I can put in here. So let's think of any method here. Let's say I want to put eat here. So def eat, and I will be just printing what? Printing eating food. As simple as that. All right, now I will be just creating a method inside vegetarian class, and then I will be creating for vegan too, and then I will be just ultimately creating the class for, sorry, method for our child class. So let's read out the question from the beginning. Create three parent class: food, vegetarian, and vegan, with each with specific attributes and method related to their dietary characteristics. So as we did the question on 29th day, we will be doing on 30th as well. So it's quite the similar question we did on 29th. So let's see what they are asking at basically. So they are asking us basically to create methods according to whatever we wish to. So let's create three parent class: food, vegetarian, and vegan, with each specific attributes and methods related to their dietary characteristics. Create a child class called vegetarian food that inherits from both vegetarian and vegan. Implement a method called consume in the vegetarian food class that calls the method from both parent class to demonstrate vegetarian and vegan dietary choices. Now we have to create method for vegetarian and vegan, where we have to just put the dietary characteristics in both of their respective classes. So we are not just gonna put the dietary thing here, we are just mentioning the logic here. So to mention a logic, we will be just defining a method, and let's say vegetarian 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 diet and self here, and I will be printing here following vegetarian diet. Now similarly, I will be just copying this method here and paste it here in the vegan, and instead of vegetarian I will be just deleting it and replacing it by vegan diet. And instead of vegetarian here in the print value, I will be just writing vegan. So following vegan diet and following vegetarian diet. So I have just mentioned one method inside both of these classes, either both of these parent classes, and in these parent classes I haven't mentioned the specific means I haven't put the detailed diet. I am just putting the specific value, that whether they are following it or not following it. So it could be the diet, you can just put a list here of the dietary supplements, dietary food here, like including vegetarian, and then you can put in vegan what is the dietary things here. But I am just gonna put the logic inside here, that they are following it or not. So we just have to put that whether they are following it or not following it. So we are just putting if they are following it vegetarian, if they are following vegan, we will be just returning this value. So now let's create a child class. So in child class method. Now def, what is the name of the class method? It's consume. As far as I remember, we have to create consume here. Let's verify it from the above section. So yeah, implement a method called consume in the vegetarian food class that calls the method from both parent classes to demonstrate vegetarian and vegan dietary choices. So uh, so inside this method I am just gonna write self dot vegetarian diet and self dot vegan diet. So if I say if I create an instance here, so I am just gonna create an instance here which of this child class, which really meaning that I am following both of these diets. So let's say a is equals to vegan vegetarian. So let me just give you a very brief understanding of this, I mean a depth understanding of this. So it's an instance here, this creating an object for vegan vegetarian food. So let me copy this and paste it here. So I am just creating an object for vegan vegetarian food. So this will be not taking any attribute here, because vegetarian or vegan, both of them are not taking any attributes. So we will be not defining any attributes inside the vegan vegetarian food object. So if I say a dot consume, which will be just giving me two values, it will be printing me two values. It will be printing following vegetarian diet and following vegan diet. So if I run this code, you will be seeing that following vegetarian diet, following vegan diet. Okay, so this is all we have to do here. But what if I want to just see that if I'm getting if I am a vegetarian, only vegetarian, so I will be not creating this object. Instead I will be creating another object. Let's say I will be creating an object for vegetarian. Now if I say b is equals to vegetarian, again it will be just it will be closed by parenthesis, and it will be not taking any parameters. So I will be saying b dot uh, vegetarian diet, and close it by parenthesis again, since it's a method here. So I will be just running the code. You can see that following a vegetarian diet, it is returning me. So similarly, if I want to just give the get the value of vegan, I will be creating separately another method, another object for vegan as well. So since the vegan vegetarian food takes both of the values inherited from the parent classes, so it will be returning me both of them simultaneously. So we cannot separate them. If you want to separate them, you can just create two different methods, and you can apply two different methods to uh, just print them separately. Like in consume vegetarian, you can create method consume vegetarian like this, vegetarian, and after this you can create another def consume vegan and self, and this is the method. These are the two separate method we can just create. So now I have created a is equals to vegan vegetarian food. So if I want to print the value of vegan consume vegetarian, so I will be just writing consume vegetarian. It will be giving me value of vegetarian here. And if I want to just return for vegan, I will be saying that a dot consume vegan, and run it. You can see that I am getting separately. So if you want to run it simultaneously, you can create same method for both of them. If you want to run differently, you can just create different methods for both of the parent classes. So I hope that you have liked this tutorial and understood the concept behind the multiple classes. We will be also doing more questions on this, so that we can just get the perfect understanding. I mean, the better understanding than the previous one. We cannot get the perfect, but yes, I will be trying to get you the perfect understanding of this. So I hope that the concept is clear and you are liking the method, and you are understanding the logic behind the multiple inheritance. So this was all for today on day 30th. If you like this tutorial, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. Thank you guys for watching this video, and see you next time.